to get underway with from Lorraine Winstanley.
100.
Well, I've rushed up to see these darts from Lorraine, and we just caught a shot there of our referee, Rab Butler, calling this ladies' final.
Yes, it's nice to see you back, Richard, and wonderful victory there a few minutes ago for Martin Phillips, and no sign of him at 54.
98.
Diminishing his powers on the hockey. A really wonderful performance, and looking forward to the men's final, but not before we see a thriller here, I'm sure, between two most capable performers.
60. Lorraine Winstanley, 164.
Really enjoyed that semi-final, Lorraine and Anastasia. And of course Deta was in fine form, defeating Rachel Brooks.
41.
So on paper, this should be a really great final between two of the top ladies, two England internationals. They'll both be heading over to Romania probably tomorrow to compete in the WDF European Cup.
59.
Rest for England.
Lorraine Winstanley, 123.
They'll be joined by Trina Gulliver and Lisa Ashton. What a formidable four that is.
It is a strong four, isn't it, indeed?
43.
So up to them over there then. And matters at the moment very firmly fixed, the minds on this particular match and this particular title.
60. Lorraine Winstanley, 80.
Tops.
40. DG require 82.
So
41.
Uncharacteristically on time
require 40
in that attempt. And Stanley would like to keep it nice and tidy here. Just under that first dart, the marker.
No score.
She tried. You can see by the grouping she was aiming at that
DG
first dart.
require 41.
So Hedman to take a scrappy first leg. You could almost say against the run of play, John.
Indeed, it started off very well, both players scoring well, and it's just well, it's finished now with Hedman in 21 errors, cleaning it out nicely and winning against the throw. That's the important thing. I know that it's best of 11 now and there's a little more leeway, but even so, if she can open up a 3-0 lead with a break and winning her first two throws, so to speak, then it does put into the mind of the other person the possibility of defeat.
83.
Still all to play for Deta as far as her world ranking's concerned.
I said she'd won this title before. Is it on 3 occasions before now she's won it? I know she's been British Open champion at least twice before now, Deta Hedman. I think 41. This might be her 4th title if she wins it.
No, it is only, unbelievably for Deta, you expect more on the column. She won it in 2009, picked up her 2nd title last year.
Ah, so, that's it.
Yeah, our defending champion.
So this will be 3rd, yeah. Yeah. And Lorraine
100.
won it once?
Yes, in 2011.
Well done, Richard. I knew, I just wanted to test you. No, I wasn't absolutely sure, but
100.
you put me securely now in my place, knowing that Deta's looking for a 3rd and well, I'm 2nd in as many years.
Yeah, I'm fine with the stats, John. The only word I struggled with earlier was open. Difficult to pronounce.
Yes.
I was concentrating on Dobromoslova. That's the tough bit. Couldn't say British Open clearly. got there in the end. But all joking aside, it's been a terrific tournament and enjoyed it up there on stage. And as I say, the people that have stayed behind for this particular Open, you don't see this at every Open competition. You generally do in Bridlington. There's a lot of people out there that have just come along to watch the final.
Yes.
In the main, the Open is supported by the players that were in it.
Yes,
but here,
that's right.
You've got a lot of spectators that have come specifically just to see the finals played out, and it's good to see.
Well, it's a fixture at this venue.
45.
It's been here several years.
DT require
I think people
167.
make it an annual pilgrimage, if you like.
Oh, what a shot this could be. 167 is on. Wanted the treble 19. Back to the treble 20 now.
139.
3-2.
Lorraine, you require 132.
Perspective, it looks good because you start on that bullseye, knowing the 25 still leaves the finish just outside. So no finish. But it is a nice one when it goes in, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, the two bullseyes when they go in, double 16, but far more conventional here. Double 14 for a 2-0 lead for Hedman.
Yes, Ascape Sharama second.
And very impressive start this by Deta. Very impressive indeed. But we know Lorraine, who's Dobromyslova, to win that game, has what it takes to do the same again. And what's more important is Deta knows that. Her brother, of course, won the men's event in this competition some 24 years ago or thereabouts.
85.
And, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember that, how Hedman won the title in the early 90s.
41.
I mentioned those rankings, John, sorry, and I'm not sure if it'll be in the forefront of Deta's
24.
but a win in this match will secure that #1 spot for the following season. I'm not sure how much players actively think about rankings, but there was a lot of talk about it
60.
for this particular tournament, knowing that it could have been Anastasia and Deta battling it out.
Yes, yes. I think players more think about the job in hand rather than the effects it might have. I think where it does come into play
140.
is where you've got to be in 16th place to get into a tournament. And if you're not, then you miss out on that tournament, an automatic place. Then I think players become more aware of the importance of their status within the rankings.
Yep, no such worries for these two. Lorraine Winstanley was provisionally ranked #6 alongside Rachel Brooks before this event took place, so safely into the top 8. Should improve on that ranking after this performance. This is a category A Open event, big points on offer for the likes of the British Open, Dutch Open, Welsh Open, those sort of events, the England Open of course.
100. DT require
Well, we're witnessing some excellent throwing here from these two ladies, and Deta, after 12 darts, looking at 112, and she'll be looking here, I think, at 72 to, well, she was going for treble 12, I'm sure, to leave double 18. But no harm done there. 17 and tops when she comes back, as now she surely will.
60. DT require 57.
Big 17. There we are, that's no problem. Tops. Oh, double 19, just the wrong side of the wire.
19.
Does that give a bit of hope now to Winstanley? I think it does. 83, treble 17, double 16, 17, 16, bull now, 16 for the bull. This will be a terrific, oh, unlucky Lorraine. Great
58.
effort.
DT require 38.
Well, Deta was faced with that really awkward switch from the double 1 down to the double 19. Now has to tidy up with 3 and double 8. To get a firm stranglehold on this match.
22.
Not to be.
Lorraine, you require
Yes, that
25.
going in double 1, just the wrong side of the wire, has rather spoiled this leg for Deta. Double 4 here for Lorraine
21.
Winstanley. Not convincing that last dart.
16.
You just have a feeling, Richard, that Deta will finish this off now. Let's move on to the next leg, she'll say. Double four she wants. Got to come in a bit. Oh, unlucky. Right on the wire. A smile across her face. Is it one of resignation as far as this leg's concerned, or was it just one of, well, acceptance? Double one she wants.
A key leg in every sense, isn't it?
2. DT require
one of those
8.
legs again, John. It's bigger than the leg itself now. They've both had a couple of chances.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all about the mindset going forward for the winner and the loser of this particular leg.
They have long legs in cricket, but they have them in darts as well, don't they?
Score.
So,
Lorraine require 2.
Double one for Lorraine Winstanley. Not easy. Got to stay above, or now she's got to go for it.
No score.
That's the problem.
DT require 8.
No harm done though, other than if Deta gets double four here, and she's had a few darts at it, she's hit the wire like that, very close. And I'm never sure whether that's a good dart or not. She's going for double two. That's a good dart, no question about that. Deta Hedman now goes 3-0 up, and Lorraine Winstanley must be thinking, that was my chance.
That was a huge moment early on in this match. It was on Lorraine Winstanley's throw, and you're not going to see many legs like that throughout this final. And to lose your darts in some 30-odd darts is going to be so disappointing for Lorraine. It's all about how she comes out now, because we saw in her semi-final not only how well she threw, but the strength of character. And that's what she's got to show now, Lorraine. Forget about it, move on, compete in the next leg.
Well, she did that very, very well in her semi-final victory. I remember she had one particular poor leg, and she came back and won the next two with 14 100. And 16 darts, I think. 14, 15. So she certainly can do that. Put the bad legs behind her.
62.
That's the problem. When you're playing Deta Hedman, who tends, as I emphasised earlier, to stay in that 20 sector, rarely strays from it, gives her that 100. Level of consistency, and when one of them goes in the red pitch, she's guaranteed a 3-figure score. It's that lovely high action that she has, with so much more control 22. Than so many of the other players seem to have. Look at this, nice high action, there it is. Tall lady, graceful movement, and beautiful to watch. It really is superb dart playing.
83.
Yes, one goes astray from time to time, but she's firmly in command of this leg, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Something Lorraine just mentioned as I passed her before.
DT require 158.
How warm she came on the stage in the semi-finals. I'm just wondering if it's becoming a factor for her in the final. It was certainly on her mind, and it is very warm. I will vouch for that fact. But it is something that these top players, including Lorraine, are very used to.
Yes,
it's the conditions they're used to on that stage there. It's the amount of television lights, the stage lights that are on you. But she's strayed a lot into the one and the treble one in this particular leg. Just wonder if it's
24. DT requires 60.
So looking cool on 60.
Lots of waves here at Bridlington. Bashing against the wall behind me, and also greeting us from the crowd.
40.
Deta looking now at double 10 when she returns, as she will. As Lorraine needs a few more of those. Could have done with a 180 to land 100. On 32, couldn't she?
DT require 20.
20 for Hedman to go 4-0 up.
Yes,
well north, almost in double 6, but it's in double 10, and it's 4-0. And Deta Hedman looks as though she's going to retain her title here in Britain.
Yep, it's an important part of the season for Deta especially. She'll be attempting to defend her Winmore World Masters title in just a few weeks.
59.
Down the coast at the Hull City Hall. Still find it absolutely remarkable, John, that she won the World Masters last year, 19 years after winning her first title.
That's right.
Back in 1994. It's remarkable. I've told everybody, put your money on her for another 19 years' time. Get it on for 2032.
58.
Well, I think it was this tournament she won as well, wasn't it? Where she had 19 years between.
95.
95. Not bad, particularly when the other person's way, way back. This could be the leg that Lorraine Winstanley wins, and that will give her a little bit of confidence. More than just a subtle boost.
58.
If people are wondering why there's such a gap between Deta's victories, a prolific winner back in the mid-90s, got to world number 1 back then.
137.
A few years later, towards the end of the last century, she took a break from the game and only returned about 4 years ago. So there's been two sort of eras for Deta Hedman, and she's been equally as successful in both of them.
134. Lorraine, you require 86.
Now double 16.
Yes,
Oh, that's an excellent leg. A 14 dart leg from Lorraine Winstanley when she's facing really a whitewash. In 4-0 you're looking at a whitewash, and she produces a 14 dart leg. I said earlier that she has character as well as quality, and there's proof of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about before, and what she showed in the semi-final against Anastasia. And the focus and the rhythm seems to be back. Of course, to win here from 4-0 down is a tough, tough task against anybody, never mind the world number 1.
60.
She's got the ability for sure. She's got the character. It's all about getting the chances now.
Yeah, she's had the best leg of the match. A couple of legs out, particularly that 30. That could have been, would you believe, 14, 15 data, but double trouble set in. And when hubble bubble double trouble comes, there's not a lot you can do about it, except grin and bear it. Wait for that double to go in, as it surely did in the end. A double 1, would you believe?
100.
I suppose it was inevitable.
Thought you were about to cast a spell at one point there, John.
Yes.
I must say it's been great, as always, at our events throughout the year, having you with us with the commentary. Bit of authority on the mic. And you've seen 1 or 2 darts matches before.
60.
Yes, I've learned me trade, as they say. Love it. Absolutely love it. And
95.
got a few more. I'm going to be doing the Winmore World Masters, which is nice. Looking forward to that. Sadly can't get to Romania because of commitments I've already got. But
100.
I have other events coming up that I'm very happy to be involved with, Richard.
Deta Hedman is going to get herself involved in this particular leg with a 105 checkout, double top. For a commanding 5-1 lead.
65.
Could we see the first little turning point
41.
as far as Winstanley's comeback is concerned? Double 16 for a break of throw. Massive dart coming up. Double 8.
Well, she's unlucky there. Yes, that expression tells it all. She must have thought of that left hand. This is in. You sense sometimes as it leaves the hand that it's going right for the target. And now Deta Hedman wanting double 10 for a 5-1 lead.
Yes,
there it is. She wasn't so far away from there when she secured it last time, a couple of legs ago. And now in it goes again. And surely now any fight back that Lorraine Winstanley had in mind is almost impossible, but she won't believe that it is impossible. That's the important thing, and she's got to just take it one leg at a time, and hope that she can somehow This magnificent performer, Deta Hedman, under a bit of pressure.
There's a key stat line for you.
60.
If Winstanley has any hope, she needs to start hitting the big scores. She's been consistent, you can see that from the ton line. But no 140 as yet, and you feel that's what it's going to take. That's how she beat Anastasia in the last round.
59.
With some power scoring, along with the finishing. They have been below par, and there we go. There's the big score that we were talking about. But they have been below par on the averages, and that leg, that 30-dart leg, of course, is
Yes, that's right.
play a major part. You can see from the first 9-dart average that it is Winstanley scoring higher early on in the leg.
40.
She's proved it here again. 9 darts thrown, averaging 100 in this particular leg. It's been all about the finishes.
81.
There could have been at least 3-3.
Oh, this is great. This is great to watch. There it is. Brilliant darts. So 180 from Deta Hedman. It had to come sometime in the final. And why not in the leg, which could win her the title? Although you never know. Oh, what a great effort from Lorraine Winstanley. That would have been some way of saving the match. Hedman, of course, having got a 180, can't check out anyway. But she's composed herself there. I wonder if Mozart ever did that.
32. Lorraine, you require 20.
Stanley hopes to change the tune here. Double 10. Nice clean kill is what she'd like, and if you're going to miss, that's the perfect guide. In against that dot, that's what she's trying to do.
No score.
Lucky.
Deta
Hedman moving in now for the title.
Yes, I think Lorraine Winstanley will get one more visit to save her skin. Yes, she will now, with that going in treble 1. 22 scored, 108 left.
26.
I'm not sure what she went for there, but anyway, that was a rare wayward throw from Hedman. And now to make it 5-2 and keep this final alive, double 10, double 5, big dart. Oh, and Hedman, thankfully for Lorraine Winstanley, is back on 104, and therefore still having work to do. 86 left, treble 18 for double 16. 85 left, come down for treble 15, probably. So 70 if she goes. So once again, 34. Lorraine Winstanley has hope still as she looks at double 5. Down a bit, Lorraine. Too far, Lorraine.
6.
Over to 1. It is in. Double 2 when she goes. But Hedman wanting 70 for the title and a defence of her title that she won back in 2013. Double 8. Done meticulously, marvellously, splendidly, and Deta Hedman with an emphatic 6-1 victory manages to retain her British Open crown. Deta Hedman has beaten the gallant Lorraine Winstanley by 6 legs to 1, and she is the Women's British Open champion 2014.
And the 2014 BDO British Open Ladies Champion, Deta Hedman.
Well, an excellent effort that from Deta Hedman. She didn't play as well she did in her semi-final,